Hey, Cal Forever here, and wanted to talk kind of about Twin Flames again, my experience, my frustrations, um, and kind of like something that came up last night, or an opportunity that I was presented with. So like, I feel like me and my twin flame are kind of like growing apart. That may just kind of be an illusion, but she's definitely a long distance away and just doing her own thing and going to college and trying to pursue a career as a teacher and then teaching. I don't know exactly. I'm just kind of going off of what I intuitively pick up and off of what I see her post on the internet. And she wants to teach young kids Kundalini yoga. And, that's a great thing, but it's going to be really hard to implement that into the school system. It's like I don't know exactly what her idea is. Is she going to be a regular teacher? And you honestly, you do not want to be chained down to the patriarchy. And just because you kind of have a job like that doesn't mean that you're, well, I don't know. That doesn't feel like that's really what this person wants. That's what her family wants for her. And my family wants me to do certain things that my soul is just like, no, not my precious heart. Like I can't do that. And I don't like being locked down. I'm almost 30 actually. I'm 28 years old and I'm going through my Saturn return. And this is kind of, I don't know exactly, like the way my Saturn return is that material needs will be met. And I kind of had this foresight of like things that I foresaw happening and opportunities that I could take, and that like included my twin flame. But my twin flame never comes, right? She never calls. She never initiates moving her life forward. She's just kind of stuck in her rut of things that she committed to a long time ago and didn't take the hint from the universe to let those things go. And now it's like you're too far in like I kind of gave her some wisdom, and maybe I'm wrong with this, but I went to college, I graduated and got my certificate in greenhouse management, and like can't do anything with it. You could do more with a teacher's degree or something like that. But is that really what you want to do? If you're a teacher, teacher's actually kind of a cool thing because you just work for half of the year, right? And then you have the rest of the year to like travel and do fun stuff. So that is kind of like a good balance. But is that really like that's not what I want to do with my life? And so I feel like me and this person are growing apart. It's like, what are you doing? You're like, no, let's create a yoga studio and teach and have a class for specifically for young children to learn Kundalini yoga. Because school systems are probably not going to implement that. Maybe you'd have some opportunities for that, maybe not. You'd have to come to the West Coast more than likely to have opportunities for that. But I think the best option would be to create a yoga studio and offer yoga for young children. Because I do think that schools need meditation and things like that implemented in school. That's such an important tool that even our high school kids need. And I started meditating when I was 16 and doing a little bit of breath work and kind of delving into my inner self. God, I just feel my roommate just like grody energy. So that comes down to the thing again of the opportunity that presented itself last night. I ran into a friend, and he just got back from southern Mexico. He went down there with a shaman, and I was like, man, like, I'm almost like jealous in a way, but it's like, oh no, like, oh, I could have taken opportunities like that, but I was stuck on my freaking twin flame. Like, okay, talking about the twin flame again, it's like that Pocahontas song, that scene where she's faced with the river bend, and it's a fork in the river, and there's a calm river, and that's all what her family wants her to do. It's this calm, pre-paved path of what her family wants her to do, and she goes and marries Cocoam, but then I think his name's John in the movie, but let's just say Calvin. And it's a little more rapid river, but it's worth it to go down those rapids because that's your heart's calling. But it's like, if you're just going to settle for less and the easy way out and the easy path, that's just what your family wants, and that's Cocoam, and go and marry Cocoam because that's who your father wants you to marry, and it's like, it's not how you live your life. You know, that's like, a lot of people choose that path, and that's called settling for less. That's not working hard and facing fears and overcoming obstacles and blocks. If you have a block, it's not, there's time for meditation and rest. But what I've learned is, like, if you want to break through a block, you move out. Like when I moved to Arizona, I broke through a lot of blocks just by doing that, by getting out there and getting experience. And it resolves these issues when you just experience life and face the fears. You can't just face them inside yourself within meditation. Sometimes there's stuff you can clear out, but that's half the battle. You have to externally go and do these things. So this opportunity that presented itself is, my friend was talking about an eco-village in Hawaii, and I might move to this eco-village in Hawaii on Maui. And I wanted to go to Hawaii in the winter, this winter. My plan was last summer was for my twin flame to come to Arizona and then us travel along the West Coast, and she didn't come. I was like, get excited for bigger, better, greater things, and then she posted something on her Facebook saying that she's excited to fly to bigger, better, greater things, and put a photo of a plane, and it's like, it was all fake because she ended up not flying anywhere, and then she ended up deleting it, and it's like, I think that was a form of communication to me because she doesn't want to directly talk with me, which is ridiculous. Face your fear, directly talk with me. You know, I hope she watches these videos because this amazing opportunity has presented itself. And, you know, you can attract as many opportunities as you want. But if you say no to them, you miss out. And then it's like, oh, I'm just going to settle for less and attract opportunities that are menial or just distracting me from what I really want on the West Coast. Like, this is my frustration. Like, because if I go to Hawaii, like I was hiking yesterday, barefoot, collecting pine sap to make pine sap salve. And here's some salve right here, actually, to make some pine sap salve. And, oh, it smells so good. I kind of want to sell some. Like, there's opportunity. Like, I could make a business out of this. I could make labels and make a whole business out of that. Because it's legit good stuff. And it's... But anyways, I was hiking yesterday and collecting pine sap for salve and walking in barefoot. And it's just... I was in Boynton Canyon. It's so beautiful. And the trees were awesome, and I was like hugging the trees, and the trees were like healing me and grounding my energy, you know, like forest bathing. And it's like, this, if she was here with me, she would be going nuts. She would love this. She would be amazed. Her heart would break wide open, and the juice would flow all over the trees. That's the magic of it. And it's like, why do you be so mean to yourself? Right? Why do you stay at your mom's house? Why, you know, fear. That's what it is. See, but to overcome the fear, You just do it. You don't think about it. That's the monkey mind. That's the monkey mind. The overthinking, and then the monkey mind will distract you by thinking, "Oh, I'm getting a channel message. I need to make a YouTube video of this and da 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 da." No. That's monkey mind. You just say, "Shut up, monkey mind. I'll give you a job. Breathe right now. Focus on the path forward of what you really want to do. Align with the heart. This is what my heart's really calling to do. Da 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 da. Balance it out. Make it practical. One foot in front of the other. Go and do it." And you don't let these limiting beliefs from your family members get in the way, because, I had that a lot from my parents. And then it's like, I went and did it. And it's like, well, this isn't that hard. Society makes it seem like it's hard to travel. And I traveled the U.S. I got a school bus. I converted it. And it's like, it wasn't that hard. I faced a few challenges, but that's natural with anything in life. See, if you're just staying in your South Node and just hanging out in your hometown or someplace, you're gonna face this. You're gonna face challenges. You're gonna face challenges. You can't run away from things. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you're supposed to run away from things that are no longer serving you. And I'd go ahead and do that, because this Venus portal right now is kind of, according to Leo King, this astrologer, this is our last opportunity to break free from the age of Pisces and to move towards your highest heart's calling. So I'd go ahead and do it. And I feel like I'm just waiting for this person. Like, I live in this beautiful house here in Sedona, beautiful rose quartz fireplace. My roommate's driving me nuts because he's not very respectful and he's annoying as fuck. But maybe that's a good reason to move out. But I wanted to show this beautiful place to this person. I wanted her to experience. She loves rose quartz. I wanted her to experience this. Well, this is an opportunity you're about to miss if I do go to Hawaii, And I'm thinking, I do need a place to park my van, and maybe I could loan it to someone. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I could just go to Hawaii for a month and then pay my rent here and keep this place here and then have a place to come back to. But either way, you got to get out in the world to do stuff. You cannot be settling for less. And I've seen time after time after time this person settling for less, and then kind of opportunities presenting to her in that area, but she it's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. Oh yeah, sure, there's some creative people there, but it's it's not in a place of beauty. I think the East Coast actually is beautiful, but it's not smack in your face beauty like it is here in Sedona. This place is amazing, and I'm from Nebraska. I haven't experienced a whole lot of the ocean. Well, I have experienced the ocean, but I didn't grow up along the beach, going to the beach every year. I'm from Nebraska. And I really have wanted to go to Hawaii to where I can swim in the ocean every day. And I feel like that's important for me to connect with the minerals in the ocean and the sand and to ground my energy and to heal. And I kind of want to learn how to surf. And I really want this twin flame thing resolved because it seems to be so much in the way. I wish that we could just communicate and that there'd be this line of communication, boundaries practically created, because there are boundaries spiritually created that I feel like were crossed by her. And I just wish the energy was a little better, because I think she's kind of worried and mad at herself, and she has some self-hatred directed towards herself. It's I don't understand that. Why can you hate yourself? Oh, because I didn't take the opportunity. I chose cocoa. I'm like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense, actually. But the more that you hate yourself and beat up on yourself and meditate on that, the more you stir away from going down the right fork of the river. And the river's always changing. You never are on the same river twice, and that's how life is. I looked at the Red Rock yesterday after my hike, and it's like, whoa, that's the thought I had. Because, like, it's so amazing here that you never see the same red rock twice. It's like depending on how the sun hits it, and the sun's always changing, and the angle of how you're looking at it, and even the erosion. It's like that's how experiences are in life. Like, you can never go back to that river in the past. And life's just this never-ending flowing river. And we're here for such a short amount of time. Like, we're small. The universe is huge. The planet's huge. Our star is huge. Our star's huger than our star. Our galaxy's huge. Like, we're small. We're here for a very short amount of time. Like, you need to do what's going to bring you fulfillment, so that when you're on your deathbed, that's the way to look at it. When you're on your deathbed, what are you going to regret? Because people are facing their deathbeds right now. Like, and I mean that like people are at the point in their life and with the energies that it's like there's a death happening in our lives, and it's like, well, what do we freaking regret? Because that's that reincarnation in the same body, this rebirth in this body, where we get a second chance, and it's like, well, this is what I really wanted to do. This is what I really want to do. I want to help people. I don't want to help people that way. I want to help people this way. I want to experience this and that. And the soul begs to reincarnate and have this rebirth to go and do what it wants to do. And that's what happened to me 4 years ago. And I went and I broke free and I pushed. And I gave birth to myself. And I didn't let what other people said, didn't let what my parents said control me. And, like, I want to get back to that state. And I feel like this person's holding me back. Like, this person wants me to wait for her. And it's like, I do want to wait for you. But this is an opportunity that I manifested and that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I wanted you to do it with me. And I'm pretty upset that this person I don't want to travel with you on your bus. She does. But, like, that upsets me. That frustrates me. Because I went way out of my way for this person out of unconditional love. And this person just shat on the beautiful things that I presented for this person. This is kind of raw and vulnerable, but this is honest. And she needs to make videos like this and be honest. She needs to be honest. It doesn't matter if you lose followers or fans over this. You just have to be honest. And you don't have to share all your personal information. But if you're not going to talk directly to me, at least make a video apologizing to me. There were several times that I did go way out of my way for this person, and it ended up kind of bad for me in some situations. And it did, like, kind of beat me up, and I ended up getting stuck in Nebraska last year and facing really difficult situations that were just not good for my soul. It was just not good for me, and I feel like I'm finally recovering from that. And I'm finally getting my vitality back. And I guess we were in winter, and maybe it was all supposed to happen, and I just can't foresee why that all happened. But it's like, I'm ready to experience life again, I'm ready. And part of me experiencing life is, like, I need intimacy. I'm 28, and I've put off for 4 years intimacy in my life, waiting for this person. At least 2 years. And it's like, that's not fair to me. I feel like I'm being treated very unfairly, because then she talks about how she went on a date with this guy, like a few dates, and it's like, then that doubt comes in. It's like, do you really have feelings for me? Do you really see me as your twin flame? Like, I know I'm having all these spiritual experiences, and that's when boundaries come. It's like, we're twin flames. There are boundaries. You can't be seeing other guys. Okay, I don't even want you talking with other guys right now because it makes me feel uncomfortable, and you need to consider my feelings. So this person is highly inconsiderate and somewhat narcissistic, and she knows that. She knows she got this bad archetype from her father. She talks about it in her videos. She feels really bad. Well, that bad feeling is supposed to keep you from doing things like that. That's your conscience, right? That's your conscience. It's supposed to keep you from doing those things, and it's supposed to guide you into the direction and to do the things you need to do, like communicate with me. So I feel like I've kind of ranted, but this video is kind of long, and yeah, Cal forever here. Peace.